Hello, and welcome to this video where we will be discussing the best marathon training diet. Never mind winning, one of the key factors that will determine whether you complete a marathon or not, is the type of food that you eat during your marathon training. We are all aware of the importance of eating healthy foods, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. This requirement is even more so for people that intend to run a 26-mile race. Take a few minutes to watch this marathon training diet guide video for more information. For starters, you need to keep hydrated. Marathon training is characterized by lots of sweating, and use up a lot of the body's internal fluids. These must be replenished, and considering that 60 to 70% of the body's weight is fluids, it is therefore quite important that you are well hydrated throughout the day. There are lots of energy drinks out there. Whilst these are okay, there is no substitute for pure water. Try and drink as much water as you can, about 8 to 12 glasses, which makes 3.7 liters a day, which is the recommended daily amount. You should avoid things like alcohol, as they have a dehydrating effect on the body. If it is to be consumed during your marathon training period, then it should be moderately and temperately. You may not know it, but water is required for the normal operation of a number of the body's functions. Now let's look at the foods that you should eat. 1. Proteins. One thing is for sure, you will damage body tissue and muscle whilst training. To be able to replenish damaged body tissue and muscle, you need to eat a fairly large amount of protein. Besides repair, protein also helps build new tissue and muscle. Foods that are rich in protein are lean meat. This could be lean beef, chicken, pork, or fish, milk, cheese, beans, and corn. 2. Carbohydrates. When running, the body needs a steady supply of energy. This energy is stored in the body in the form of glycogen, which is then consumed by the body during times of intense workouts. The best sources of this energy are carbohydrates. It is said that carbohydrates should make up 70% of your daily nutritional intake. Foods that you can consider as sources of carbohydrates are rice, bread, and other whole grain cereals, beans, legumes, fruit, and vegetables. 3. Fat. Yes, contrary to popular belief, fat should actually be part of your diet, as it is a great source of fuel. If you did not know, any excess food that is not needed by the body is converted to and stored by the body as fat, so fat is not the enemy. What you need to stay away from are fast, greasy foods like burgers and fries. Foods that you can consider as good sources of healthy fat are nuts, seeds, avocados, and egg yolk. 4. Fiber. For general health, well-being, and a healthy heart, fiber is important for your body. Besides preventing heart disease, fiber is also good for healthy bowel movements. What goes in must come out, and a diet rich in fiber will make sure that all the unnecessary elements of your diet are expelled out of the body efficiently. Foods that you can consider as good sources of fiber are whole grain cereals, fruit, and vegetables. These are the foods that will keep your cholesterol levels down. Is a change of diet really necessary? A complete overhaul of your diet is really not necessary. You might find that you are already eating some of the foods I've just mentioned. If that is the case, then do continue with those foods. You just need to make sure that you are now eating them in the right proportions and quantities. What you might need to do, though, is get rid of some of the foods that you are eating. For example, the greasy foods that I mentioned earlier, like burgers and fries. If you are wondering why, these foods have high levels of saturated fat, which is difficult to break down. To conclude this video, remember, it is not just one thing that will make you cross the finish line, meaning just the marathon training diet alone. There are other factors that are just as important, such as using the right gear and following a disciplined marathon training program. You cannot be disciplined in one area and then lack in the other. Like I said, it's usually not about winning, but about making it across the finish line. Try and get someone to train with as a source of motivation, someone who will not only motivate you but keep an eye on the things that you eat. I'm sure there will come a point where you feel like you want to indulge. Just one burger won't hurt, you will say. Actually, one burger does hurt, but if someone is keeping an eye on you, they will help discourage you from breaking your discipline, and encourage you to stick to your diet. Do consult with a dietitian for a full list of the foods that you can take. With the right marathon training program combined with the right foods, you can eat your way to the finish line. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe.